Bortle here, back from the PPG Championship weekend tournament from over the weekend. My goodness, we have first place winner of this weekend's PPG tournament. Introduce yourself to the channel, man.
Hi, my name's Gabriel. I did first place at the PPG Weekend Championship, and I was a world competitor to 2019. I won the European Championship and some YCS trophies.
Oh God, yes. So you are pretty nice at the game.
Yeah, I think so.
My goodness. So what made you decide to play Salad with all the Eldritch decks running around, all the Adamanticators, and Sky Striker running around?
Yeah, I tested the meta with some friends, and like Rock is not uh, good enough to be a good deck to play in this format since. A combo deck needs to be tier 0 to be played. Every time a combo deck is tier 1 but is not good enough to destroy other decks, the meta is gonna be playing around it by playing loads of hand traps, and then the combo deck is being not playable anymore. So yeah, then we tried Synchro Edlish, but the Enlish engine is not that good, and the Synchro part is dying on one hand trap, usually. Tested Sala again, and it was pretty good. It was having a decent matchup against Rock, since it can be playing good cards going first and some hand traps going second. Also, it can play a lot of hand trap after side without destroying your engine. It has a really good matchup against Edlish because Edlish is just less grindy. It's a grind deck also, but not good enough to beat Salah. So yeah, it was just a really good deck to play in the meta.
Great explanation there. Of course, you backed it up by winning this online tournament for the online format. For starters, I love how you organized this whole list, and everyone would love to know why you organized it this way. But before we get into that, would you like to do some shout outs, man?
So shoutouts to S7, which is the group I'm playtesting with at the moment. Shoutouts to Ivan or Yoshi, which is the person I playtested a lot with last days. And shoutouts to Ryan for Ryan and Yoshi for waking me up before the events because I was sleeping. And shoutouts to all my friends.
Without further ado, please just let's dig right into your deck profile.
Yeah, so I was playing 9 hand traps, so 3 Ash, 3 Nibiru, 3 Impermanence. So basically, it's just because you like Nibiru is the best one by far. It's the most impactful one against Rock and against Eldritch Synchro. You also like to be able to put a body on the field with Salah because you need that presence on the board. That monster is really important. Against Rock, a lot of the time, one hand trap's not gonna be enough if you play against good players or if they open normal hands. So you don't expect to win against Rock if you play second, except if you draw two hand traps. Sometimes one is enough, but they are most likely gonna combo you still. So yeah, the best two hand traps you can open against Rock would be Nibiru and Imperm, obviously. But Ash Imperm is still doing a decent job if they don't open block plus extenders. Then the field spell, obviously. Also, all the hand traps are good against Synchro Edlish. Ash, Imperm, and Nibiru are stopping the loop normally.
What are your thoughts on Zelda players that are utilizing 14 hand traps, like more than the nine?
Yeah, I just think it's useless because you're making your engine worst, and also going first. It's not enough to beat combo decks because they have their battle phase also. So you're not gonna win by hand trapping them, and mathematics are just really bad from going over 9 hand traps. Um, you're not gonna improve a lot your chances of drawing more. you're gonna improve your chances of drawing multiples, but not your chances of drawing one. You know, it's gonna improve like when you go from 3 to more, it's really good, but when you go from 9 to more, it's not that good. So yeah, I think 9 is okay in this meta. If you play a deck that can be playing more, why not? But I don't think it's useful.
All right, sweet. Well, it's no secret. Last week we had Salad making it all the way to the finals for the PPG, and they utilized a ton of normal summons. And right now we're looking at 3 Lady Debugs. Please continue, man.
Yeah, I just think you can't normal summon anything else that debug in this format with Salah. Format Skipper is just terrible. It's just really bad. You also have Foxy to normal summon, and you have 3 Signet Mining, so it's already a lot of normal summons in your deck. You don't really need to make Salah a combo deck. That is not what the deck wants. You just play the deck as a grind game deck, and you just want to open with already 1 or 2 interruptions in your hand that can be or hand traps or traps. Debug is just adding Gazelle. Everything that is not adding Gazelle is not a normal summon in the deck at the moment.
But I'm not sure we got that explanation. Why did you organize your deck list this way?
Yeah, so it's just Ivan played the same deck list at the LCS last week. LCS. So I made up the list, and then we play tested with it when I first met him. It's just like first you have 9 hand traps and the Breaky Field, which are dead cards in your hand when you go first. So it's the 10 dead cards in your hand when you go first. Like, it's not dead cards, but it's the cards you're playing only to go second, except for Ash maybe. Then you have the 10 normal summon, or cards that can be normal summon, which are 3 Debug, 2 Foxy, 1 Circle, 3 Signet, etc. Then you have 3 Exceed and 2 Wheel, which are gonna mix up with the Circle, the Signet, and the Gazelle to do 10 extenders. And then you have the 2 Jackal, 1 Falco, 2 Spinny, which are just extenders or grind game options. That is your real engine. Like, it's the cards that if you draw multiples of it in your hand, there are breaks. Like if you draw, for example, 1 Debug, 1 Foxy, 1 Falco, it's gonna be really bad. If you draw like Falco, Jaguar, Spinny are normal summon also, but it's not like what you want a normal summon. It's just your engine basically. It's your grind game stuff. And then you have the 10 traps, which are 3 Goes and Match, 2 Rage, 2 Roar, 3 Desire. Desire is most likely gonna draw you into a trap card or a hand trap. Also, it's just really free to play in your deck. And yeah, it's just a really good card to play.
I'm really liking this Pot of Desires maxed out at 3 because originally people are like, well, you want to sometimes see me Desires, or you should run like 0 or 3 copies, and I really like that you're using 3.
Yeah, it's just when you play Desire, you want to activate it. It's just like fact is you should play Desire in every deck that can play Desire, right? It's just you activate it, you draw 2. The only reason to do not play Desire in a deck that can play Desire is to play hand traps instead, because when you go second, the card is not interrupting your opponent. So maybe in a really big combo format, you will be playing three hand traps instead. But as you can see, this format is really combo-ish, and you will still be playing 3 Desire. I just think it's really part of the engine right now. Like at the beginning of Salamangreat, Desire wasn't mandatory because you had Stalio, Triple Circle, etc., Triple Gazelle.
Alright, and as far as this goes and match goes, funny enough, this was one of the cards that were actually introduced in the Soul Burner structure deck, and it's nice to see it finally like utilized again in Salamangreat. How did it perform for you?
It's just a really good card. I started playing it after the ban of Stalio, I think. Yeah, it was ban of Stalio. Needed that plus when he goes first. Before you did not need that because you were doing such a good C card advantage, etc. And you were putting up Xyz 4 more likely. Spiral format, you needed to play hand trap, but you also needed to be able to beat Spiral when you go first. You can just, you're not impacted by it, your opponent is. So it's just a really good card. It can play around every hand trap like Phantasma and Nibiru. So yeah, it's really good.
Nice. Overall, this is a 40 card main deck. It's very nice, very nice. I just like how efficient everything is, maxing out on most of the ratios. Real quick, everyone, I want to shout out to Rogue Energy, the world's most delicious gaming drink. No chalkiness, extreme focus, zero sugar. Check out Rogue Energy today, guys, because Bortle approves. Oh god, yes. Check out the description down below to get some Rogue Energy today and use promo code BORTLE10 to save 10% off your order. My goodness. And as far as your extra deck goes, we have new cards from Eternity Code, and it's just really interesting to see how you fit everything in this extra deck. Would you like to explain your extra deck?
So basic Sala extra deck for the Salamangreat monsters. Sometime if you need to, you can play 2 Bailings, but here you don't need to, I think. Then there is the Cybers package. Like at first it was only update and transcode last year, but now they released the new cards. When there was YCS Milan, I think it was YCS Milan, and everyone was playing Striker, Orcust, and Orcust stuff, Gizmek, etc. I was playing Zeroboros to be able to extend the OTK, because Zeroboros was gaining a lot of attack points with Gizmek and the Desires and etc.
Yeah.
The first one who thought about extending the OTK was Samir. I originally started to play Update Transcode, and then Samir, who did a final with me at the Europe Bomber. So he just played it because you could attack over Colossus with it, and it was doing so much damages, so he was just OTKing people with it. So then we played Zeroboros. I mean, I played Zeroboros instead, and now they released Access Code, which is just better because it also destroys cards, and it's like OTK on its own. With update, it can attack twice and gain 3000 attack points. The deck can outgrind everyone and can just OTK if the opponent is out of resources or if you want to steal the game. Then Lingurubo is just really good. It's just a really good card in any Cybers deck. And Splash Mage is just a really good support to go on your Cybers play, like Access Code or Transcode. It's just a 2-card Transcode, so yeah, it's really good. You don't need to play Hita anymore since Sala is not a deck, and
Well, it might be a deck after this weekend.
maybe Synchro Adlish and Rock don't really put fire in the graveyard. The only fire you can find gonna be either Ash or maybe Jet Synchron sometime, but it gets banished a lot of the time, so it's kind of bad. But yeah, I mean, it's just normal to play these right now. Before you would only be playing Dweller because it was really good, but now because of Rock you need to be playing Baguska because it's just they just can't out it. The only way they out it are gonna be either Crusader setting it or Cerberus destroying it. But if you got anything in like any back row or any hand trap, it's gonna be enough a lot of the time. Yeah, thanks to Exceed, you can do a lot of play that plays around Nibiru and everything. Because you just need to make Baguska and then you can keep a lot of stuff in your hand in case you get Nibiru. So yeah, just Exceed and Access Code making the deck better, so it can be really good right now.
Very nice. And would you like to explain your side deck option?
I mean, yeah, it's just you play a lot of hand traps to go second against these combo decks. You're just playing the one that has the most impact, the more impact. Then you're playing Summon Limit to go first against Rock and other decks that like for example Synchro and Leash, and Cyclone Order because of Sky Striker or any back row decks that you can play against. So that's it. The only change we made since the LCS that I could not play, so only Ivan played it and made the top 32. The only change we made was adding order in the side because you needed that card against Sky because we knew that Sky would be super popular.
Yes. And very quickly, what are your thoughts on the new morning trap card, girl?
At the beginning, that's true though. It's the only change we made when I first sent the list at Ivan. The only changes we made after talking was I was playing three mourner in the side deck because there was no order and Ghost wasn't there as well, so there was three mourner. But at the end, we just thought that Ogre was as impacting as mourner in the combo matchup, but against rogue decks, it would be better. For example, Guru or any others, because you have dead cards in your main deck like Nibiru or Imperm or whatever. So you needed that one more card to side in against rogue decks and back row decks. So Ogre seemed to be better than Mourner, but I like Mourner as well. I just think that it's a bad Vader sometime, but it's okay.
And on that note, any final thoughts?
I think the list is really good. I just don't know if it's improvable. We thought a lot about how to improve it at the current format, but you can't play anything else. Gozen is just not you just can't play it if you play Salah. Otherwise, you're on the wrong way. And hand trap ratio, everything. It's the first tournament online I'm doing this season, and from the beginning of the quarantine, and the deck is just working really well.
All right, well, there you go, folks. You heard it. Goes in match belongs in Salamangreat because they can easily turn it off. My goodness. So thank you so much for being on the channel and doing this interview with me.
Thanks you for taking me in this interview on your channel.
There you have it, Bortle Nation. And whoa, if you're not a part of Bortle Nation, sub for Bortle. It's that easy and it's free. Oh God, yes. Until next time, everyone. Bortle out.